Sir David Richards.
Please, call me Dave.
Sorry, Dave.
It's Sir Dave.
Congratulations on securing a British round once again in the World Rally Championship.
Yes, we're thrilled that Rally GB Scotland returns to the WRC next year.
What was it, do you think, that made the Scottish bid so attractive to the FIA?
Well, some people say it's because the Welsh Government simply wasn't prepared to fund it anymore. Others say that it's because Aberdeenshire will offer a superb collection of thrilling stages to run on.
So which is it?
Well, it's neither of those things. The main reason that Scotland managed to attract an international rally round is almost entirely down to a song.
A song? Really? Which one?
Away, want the rally back, I already own a bobblehead. Away, want the rally back, we do. Away, want the rally back, I already own a bobblehead. We want the rally back, we do.
Hello and welcome to Gareth Jones on Speed. I'm Gareth. He's Graham.
Hello.
I don't know if you need an introduction. This is what, your second or third time on the show now, Mr. King?
Third, I think.
Yeah. Because we meet up semi-regularly on this show to discuss the WRC, because you and I really care about that. And there's a lot to talk about, which we'll get to in a moment. But hey, how the heck are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm keeping busy at Parker's and in life generally. Yeah, we're getting into the summer season. There's quite a lot going on. Like last weekend, I was at the first round of the touring cars at Donington Park.
Right.
Which is always a good day out. The first of hopefully 4 meetings I'm going to get to this year, but we'll see. And then the weekend before that, I was at a little York Motor Club event, marshalling on a stage they were running. So, bit of variety.
Respect. I'm fist bumping your webcam now. Anyone who chooses to do marshalling is a superhero in my books. And you're one of those people. Well done, brother. Well done.
Well, thank you.
I'm feeling mighty today. I took my little purple Citroen in for its service. I've only done 6,000 miles in that car this year. So I took my bike, my push bike, in the back of the car, dropped it off in Colwyn Bay, rode back on the bike, nearly killed me that 66-metre vertical climb up to my house at the end.
Yikes.
And then just about recovered, caught my breath before they called to say, right, it's done. So I had to ride all the way back and collect it within an hour. So I'm pumped, man. Hey, super pumped. And if we had a rally here in Wales, I would be able to ride my bike to it in Llandudno, living round the corner from there. But it's not. But rallying's coming back to Britain.
Yes, the WRC next year going to be in Scotland, up in, is it Aberdeenshire it's going to be?
It is. Fair play, right? I know rallying's leaving Wales. At least they've picked somewhere in Scotland with what could be conceived as a Welsh name. Aberdeen, isn't it? Aberystwyth, Aberaeron, Aberdeen. It means the same thing. It's old Brythonic word for estuary, where the river meets the sea. Aberdeen. And do you know how to tell whether someone is from Aberdeen?
How hard they roll their R's? I don't know.
Yeah, you're kind of there. There's a Scottish joke. I worked in Scotland for a long time. The people in Glasgow and Edinburgh and other parts of the Lallans would refer to Aberdonians as people who wore furry boots. He's a furry boot. What? Why furry boot? If an Aberdonian asks you where you're from, it sounds like furry boots.
Okay.
Gareth, is it Wales you're from? Yes, it is. Aye, furry boots. Furry boots.
Yeah, if you say it like that, I can hear
Seriously, I'm not making this up. This is not stereotyping. This is something that Scottish people have shared with me. And I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled that we've got a British round again. And Scotland, it's going to be good up there, isn't it? It's going to be quick and gravelly, I think.
Yeah, as I understand it, the stages are a good mix of sort of fast, open, flowing, and some forest roads as well. So there should be plenty of variety in there. Maybe largely like the old stages in Wales, perhaps.
Oh, well, it'll be granite up there, won't it? There'll be lots of hard stone. Not Welsh stone, Scottish stone, even harder. But it's kind of important that we have a round of the British Rally Championship, not only because of the teams that are based here, but because there's a British driver not quite leading the championship again. I'm talking about Elvin, but
yes,
what a championship it's been so far. It's been chaos, hasn't it? The first 4 rounds in many ways.
Yeah, it has. I mean, the Monte Carlo started the season, as always, very snowy and cold, much more so than it has been in recent years. Pretty much everyone got through it unscathed, but it looked like it was touch and go for some of them in various places. Oliver Solberg won that, his first rally as a full-time Rally 1 driver with Toyota, which at the time actually put him 2 for 2 with his work starts for Toyota. Unfortunately, the rest of the season hasn't panned out as well for him so far, because he has had various problems which, weren't unique to him, but we'll come back to that. And then we went to Sweden, where Elfyn Evans, our British driver, our Welsh driver.
Now, I've got to stop you. It's not Elfyn. The single F is pronounced like a V.
Yes.
Elvin.
Elvin.
Like Elvis, but with an N.
Elvin.
Everyone reads it that way. We say Paris in Britain, right? It's Paris.
Yes.
Right. But yeah.
Elvin.
But I'm obliged to point Elvin. Yeah.
I'll be careful with that.
You don't lose points for that. That's just me being pedantic in the absence of Zog, who has to be the pedant on the show.
Yeah, so Elvin won in Sweden. I think his 3rd win on the Swedish rally. He seems to be going really well on the snow. This year it was by turns quite cold and quite warm, so the roads were sort of getting cut up in places, so it was towards the end becoming more of a gravel rally than a snow rally.
Right, yeah.
And Toyota just absolutely flew. Obviously, Elfyn won in the end, but Hyundai were really struggling with their setup on it, so they were basically nowhere. So the Toyotas had it to themselves, essentially. And then we went to the Safari Rally. If you've seen any of the footage of the first day in particular, it was so wet.
It was like Glastonbury 2008 or whenever it was, right?
Yeah.
I have never seen an African race that looked like this. It was brutal. I've got friends who lived Vanirallt, as we say, up the hill in Welsh. And to get to their house, I can either walk on the country lanes, no walkways, very narrow, blind crests, dangerous, or I can walk through the fields. There's a public footpath through the fields here. But there's one section of the public footpath by a gate in a field where they keep a few cows. It is impossible to walk through without losing a shoe. And this is exactly what happened on the Safari Rally. People got bogged down. There were overheating problems. Engines and radiators were caked with mud.
Yeah.
I mean, brilliant. Great. It shows you how chaotic, visceral rallying can be.
Yeah, I mean, some of the events, they are arguably a bit too easy these days, but that was proper tough rallying. I mean, the footage of some of the cars going through a mud pit and the mud just washing completely over the car. None of the bodywork or decals visible at all. And of course, it was coming in through the vents as well and caking the crew. But it was punctures that were the real problem for everyone, particularly on the Saturday, because our eventual winner, who we'll name in a second, he started Saturday in 6th place, but with all the problems everyone ahead of him was having, by the end of the day, he was leading the event. And this was Takamoto Katsuta.
Respect, bless him.
Yeah.
He kept his head, didn't he?
Yeah.
When all the others around them were crashing out.
Yeah, and he's come close so many times, and I kind of didn't realise how long he'd been in the WRC. He's done over 90 events now.
No way.
Yeah, I think he's been a full-time Toyota driver for 5 seasons at least. Yeah, he's come close so often, and he has had a second on Safari, but he just kept it together, and right place, right time this time around. The first Japanese driver to win a round of the World Rally Championship since 1991. When I think it was Kenjiro Shinazuka.
Wow, well done.
Won the Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast Rally.
Wow.
But that was kind of an odd one because none of the works teams turned up for that. But yeah, only 2 Japanese drivers have won a WRC event, and Katsuta is the second, 30 odd years after the first. So a huge achievement, and something Katsuta and Toyota have been really pushing to achieve. And as I say, it has been eminently achievable for some years now, but it finally came together for him. And then he repeated the trick at Croatia.
Yeah. I mean, once you've opened up that possibility to wins, it becomes more likely psychologically. But to be fair, Solberg and Elvin both had massive suspension damage, if I remember. They took a corner off their cars. Was that Croatia?
Yeah. He did kind of look into it a bit because he actually got the win on the final stage.
Great.
Thierry Neuville had been leading into the final stage, but he took his front suspension off on some concrete thing, and that handed Katsuta the win. But you got to be there to take it.
Yeah, exactly. Close enough to be able to catch the ball when they fumble it, right? It's exactly that, and he's close enough. I mean, to lose it on the last stage as well, great. That's what World Rally Championship needs, stuff like that. It's like football matches, it's 3-2 in 89 minutes and someone scores 2 goals. That's what you pay for, that kind of drama, isn't it?
Absolutely. And of course, it now puts Katsuta in the lead of the championship.
Unbelievable. Consistency, right? And luck.
Yeah. I think he's had a 5th, a 2nd, and 2 wins, something like that. It's by far the most consistent anyone's been so far this season, but then everyone has had so many problems on Safari and Croatia. Again, punctures were the problem on Croatia, and whatever problems the punctures were causing elsewhere in the car. I mean, Evans only managed 34th.
Yeah.
So he was well down the order.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a fascinating season on the basis of these 4 rounds we've had so far. And Katsuta having uncorked the bottle, he's certainly eminently capable of building an actual championship challenge. We still don't know how many events Ogier's going to do. He's only done 2 so far, and I think he's in 4th in the championship.
Makes it look easy, doesn't he?
You really want Evans to put it together this season as well, because I think after last year, I think he's been runner-up 6 times now.
No, not 6 times, surely. Really?
It's 5 or 6, something like that.
God.
And he'll be turning 37 this year.
Yeah.
So it's almost sort of now or never, unless he's going to be sort of another Jari-Matti Latvala, who was always there or thereabouts, but because he was up against some French bloke called Sebastien Loeb,
who can beat everybody with his both
he never
hands
quite
tied
he
behind his back. Yeah, Loeb just easy, no problem. Impressive. Yeah, I hope Elvin can he often puts a tidy rally together. He seldom, occasionally makes mistakes, occasionally has bad luck. It's been pretty good, but he's looking quick, and the car's good. This version of the Yaris.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Which brings me to cars.
It's the class of the field again.
Yeah. Well, unless you count the Lancia Ypsilon, which almost made it on the podium. They finished 4th in Croatia Was it Croatia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fourth in Croatia.
Yeah.
First in Rally 2, all the Rally 1 crews were having so many problems. The leading Rally 2 car got into fourth place, and I think Rally 2 occupied all the positions from fourth down to about 15th.
Right, well, you don't have to whittle down the WRC 1 cars, do you?
No.
You don't have to lose many to whittle it down seriously, you know?
Yeah, and in fact, I was looking at the times, and was it Sami Pyrie, who finished in third? He hadn't exactly had a trouble-free run, but even so, the Lancia finished only about 3 minutes off the pace of the Rally 1 car above it. So they're quick things, these Rally 2 cars.
Yeah, and they're going to be allowable in Rally 1 under the new regulations alongside the generic chassis thing, if I understood this correctly.
Yes, there's basically going to be an equalisation package they can put on the Rally 2 cars, sort of Rally 2 Plus, if you will, that should theoretically equalise the performance with the WRC 27 cars. So far, we know we've got 2 of those. We know Toyota's working on one. We've seen it out testing. Rumour has it that might be sort of a new Celica in disguise, perhaps.
Oh, I hadn't heard that. No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it's certainly not the shape of a Yaris, but Toyota have talked around doing a next generation Celica, so possibly.
Wow.
We'll wait and see. Obviously, they might just have put a dummy body on the space frame chassis they've got to use. But I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that or something completely different, because, of course, with these new rigs, you don't actually have to use a production body shell, which is what the other team we know is going to have a WRC 27 car. They're called Project Rally 1, I think it is. I think they're a German firm that does rally spec Porsches. And in fact, the body shell they've rendered looked an awful lot like the electric Macan. I don't know if that's coincidence or not, if they're actually going to produce a car that looks like an electric Macan. Porsche might have something to say about that if they do, but we shall wait and see what they come up with when they actually launch the car.
It's fascinating. I'm reminded, watching what's happening in the WRC at the moment, of what happened in WEC, the World Endurance Championship, and mainly Le Mans, really. About 4 or 5 years ago, at a point where the old LMP1 rules were transitioning to hypercar. And there was a dearth of cars. Audi had dropped out, Nissan, they'd given up trying to win, you know.
Yeah.
But they opened up hypercar to what were essentially LMP2 cars with a kit on them. And that was how Rebellion were able to compete in the hypercar. Sorry, not hypercar, the LMP1 class. You know, you kind of drag people up, and it's happening again at Le Mans in that GT3 is now the default formula for GT Endurance at Le Mans.
Yeah.
You reach down to the lower categories, boost those cars a little bit, and they can equate. And yes, it's a good idea, but it's also an act of desperation, in my view, that there is a dearth of manufacturers willing to commit the money and energy and development and disappointment that you get from entering the WRC, because the return isn't enough. There's no TV coverage, right? Nobody ever watches WRC anywhere.
Yeah.
I know it's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. In the UK, it's only on, is it ITV4?
Yeah.
And that package, they put out the official package with their own presenter on it, and it's not good, if we're honest. I struggle through it because, I want to keep up with it.
I've got a solution for you, Graham. Have you got Sky at home or FreeSat? Well, Freeview? Nothing? Right, okay. I was going to say, what you need to do is to tell your decoder, tell it, right, I'm not in Yorkshire, I'm in Wales, and then it will offer you up S4C, which is S4C in Welsh.
Yes.
Channel Pedwar Cymru, Channel 4 Wales. And there's a program on there called Rallyo, which means rallying, which covers the World Rally Championship
Yes.
in the Welsh language. But if you think about it, only one of those drivers is going to speak Welsh. Most of the others are going to speak their own language, or they might speak English. There's always going to be subtitles. So no matter what language you speak, if you choose the subtitles, you can watch rallying with subtitles. I don't need them because I'm a fluent Welsh speaker. But it's great. It's a really good program. It's a proper little package, you know.
Yeah.
They put a lot of energy into it, and there's a good following for that in this country. And I hope it continues when we go up to Scotland, right? I hope all the Welsh people go up there.
Absolutely.
You'll be going up to Aberdeen when it gets here in 27 next year, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll see what I can do. It's not that far from my neck of the woods. It's just a question of how much the tickets are going to be. That's always the issue with these things, isn't it? Because you know it's not going to be cheap, but it's a question of how not cheap.
Yeah. Where we're going to be out in 2027, the new cars will be running, won't they? The new chassis.
Yes. We don't really know what teams we're going to have running at the front next year, as you were saying, with the lack of manufacturer support. As I said, we know Toyota are committed to WRC 27. Hyundai is still dragging their heels. Ford, which of course is only a semi-works team, haven't really said what they're planning. So they might really need the Rally 2 plus cars to bulk out the field. We'll just have to see. But you know, it's just so expensive, and there's not that much return on it for them, and you know, it's kind of depressing, heartbreaking, something when you look back at sort of 99, 2000, 2001, and there was about 9 manufacturers contesting the WRC.
Yeah, so it should be. It's a world championship. You need a minimum of 3. I mean, it needs 3 to be classified as world championship. But yeah, I mean, of course, as a motorsport fan, I think everyone should be there. Bentley should be there, Ford, Jaguar, all the British firms, you know, Alpine, you know, great traditional names.
Yep.
They should be extracting the most. Lancia are doing it. Well done, Stellantis. They've gone, okay, right.
Yes.
Got to remind people of what we used to do really well and see if we could do it again. And
absolutely.
The regulation change could really favour them. I'm interested to hear what you say about rallying being expensive. I'm spoilt, I suppose, because when I used to go to Wales Rally GB, Rally Cymru Prydain, I would just sort of march up and watch what's going on. I mean, you just drive into a mountainside and you're on a stage. They had super special stages, or power stage, whatever they call them, show stages, in town, in Llandudno, where they came off the Great Orme, the Gareth around the Great Orme, and did a couple of 360s around a roundabout and through town. And if you wanted to watch it, you just came into town, and it was buzzing. It's good for towns.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll be able to do something like that in and around Aberdeen, and I'm sure the locals will know how to get past the ticket barriers onto the stages. But the official viewing areas are so tightly controlled these days. I don't know what the prices are for the other rallies on the calendar, but they won't be cheap.
Yeah, motorsport is expensive and dangerous too. There've been some incidents recently in various aspects of motorsport. I know at the Nürburgring recently, very sadly, a driver lost their life.
Yes.
There was an incident. It was an American rally this week as well, I believe, in a rally somewhere, I believe.
Oh, I haven't seen.
Hang on, I made a note somewhere.
I think it was the Olympus rally that was running. That was the big one over the weekend.
It was a rally in Argentina. A spectator died. Rallying, I love it. I love it. It's visceral, it's dirty, and I'm absolutely baffled that no one's managed to get the coverage right on TV. And I think it's simple, right? The sport is kind of in decline because it's become invisible. So you have to make it visible to everyone. You have to offer it free to broadcast to your Eurosports and everyone. And it needs to be like a Formula One event. There's like a build-up and you watch it play out live. It needs to become
water cooler television, event television. I mean, can you imagine watching that round where, who was it, lost it on the last stage, the last round, you know? That stuff should be live. I know the WRC app allows you to do that, WRC Plus, but that really is a niche thing for people who want to follow it that way and are prepared to follow it that way. And if you want to grow your audience, you've got to get to a wider group of people, and that's not people who will watch it on an app and pay to watch it on an app.
Yes.
They need to see it. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Sorry, I went on one there.
Well, I mean, hopefully the new WRC promoter, whoever they are, a decision was supposed to be taken in like December, but we haven't heard anything yet. But hopefully that new promoter, whoever they are, will be able to make the coverage work for the modern, I don't know, live media environment, you know, because there are so many different ways of consuming these things, but you've got to reach the people where they are.
Got to reach the people where they are. You got to find out the modes that they're getting all their data. I mean, hey, okay, in that case, you know, you've got to make 10-second, 3-second TikTok videos, haven't you, to pull people to WRC if you want to really appeal to a new audience, because that's what the vast majority of people do, isn't it, of a certain age group?
Yeah. And, you know, it is a really clippable sport like that because it looks so spectacular. It looks really good in short form, but possibly part of the problem is it takes so long for the story of the event to play out.
Yeah. Well, they have tweaked WRC over the years. It's a much smaller event than it used to be. It's a much more visible event with the stuff that they do in towns. They seem to be doing all the right things.
Yeah.
And yet people don't seem to want to reach out into the mountains in the huge numbers that used to happen. It's still very well supported in Wales, obviously, and not just because there's a Welsh driver.
Yeah.
Rallying in Wales is the same as in Yorkshire, I'm sure.
Yes.
It's something that we can do round here. We've got exactly the right places to do it and the right vehicles to do it. It speaks to a rural population. But I am worried. You know, we don't know who the promoter's going to be. We don't know who the teams are going to be in the next sort of 12 months. That's not a healthy sport, is it?
Sadly not, no.
Yeah. Having said that, the stuff that I've seen of the first 4 rounds this season has been just shockingly great, really.
Oh, yeah. It's been absolutely gripping, especially with how unpredictable it's been with the problems everyone's been having.
Yeah.
It's been edge of the seat stuff. You know, Croatia, Oliver Solberg threw it off within the first 3 miles. And, you know, everyone else had their problems after that. So, you know, right from the start, you didn't really know what was going to pan out.
Fantastic. Looking ahead, what we got next? Sardinia, is it? No. Oh, no.
No, it's Canaries.
Islas Canarias.
Yes.
As we say in Wales. Yes. More chaos. What's going to happen?
Good question. Last year, if I remember rightly, it was mostly sort of a clean, problem-free rally for most people. The roads were mostly very smooth, very fast. So it might be our sort of first solid indication of the year of who is actually the fastest of the field. If everyone gets a trouble-free run in and, you know, it doesn't start bucketing down with rain or something.
I hate to say this as an Elvin Evans fan, but my money is on Solberg in terms of being the quickest. He is mercurially quick, but a little bit fragile, prone to mistakes.
Yes, perhaps. I mean, his win last year on the Central European Rally, that was basically all tarmac. So we know he's got rally winning pace on tarmac, but I think the Canaries is a bit more intense than that. It's a bit more fast and furious, a lot more corners that come up a lot quicker. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see who wins it, because of course last year was the first time it ran as a World Championship event. It was won by Kalle Rovanperä, who of course isn't there this year. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who can maintain the speed that will be needed.
I think we're going to have Rovanperä back in the WRC before too long. He's dabbling, isn't he, in single-seaters, and it hasn't gone well for him, and he's been unwell. He's had some sort of vestibular vertigo thing going on. I think he's finding it hard to relearn everything that he learnt on loose surfaces onto high-grip surfaces. And I wouldn't be surprised if he drifted back into WRC. Would you agree?
Yeah, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in the WRC at some point this year. It's interesting, the vertigo thing. I have a theory about what might be going on there. It's sort of completely unscientific, but it kind of follows logically.
Go on.
Rovanperä is used to rally cars. They don't generate that much G. They move around a lot. And then you get in a Super Formula car, which generates an awful lot of G. I think there's sort of 3 or 4 G in the high-speed corners, and you are rigidly locked into the car. So it is a completely different sensation. And that, having like the age of like 5 or 6, been driving rally cars, and his inner ear having developed to those sensations, when he's suddenly experiencing something very different, any of us would feel, nauseous or whatever, suddenly experiencing something that different to what we've been used to for the last 20 years.
I think you may have something there. A good friend of mine who's a doctor, a GP, when I was preparing to swim across Wales for my 60th birthday, I counted him as a good man to talk me through cold water conditioning. Bear with me on this. And I learned very quickly that you only have to immerse yourself in really cold water 3 times before it's not a problem anymore. The first time you do it, you go, oh, God, this is horrible. I can't stand this. It's so painful. And you're out after like 2 minutes. No, I can't do it. It was horrible. And then the second time you go to it, you go like a week later, temperature's still the same. You go, okay, it's going to be this again. Oh, God, that's terrible. Oh, just, not too bad. And you can stay in for 5 minutes. And then the third time you go, right, it's the old cold water again. You're in, oh, it's cold, but yeah, I'll be here for 20 minutes, half an hour, which is as long as you need. So it is possible to condition yourself to things quite carefully and quite quickly. And you're absolutely right. Everyone in Super Formula has been racing in open wheel cars since they were 8 years old. They went straight from karts to lower Formula Nippon or Formula Nissan or whatever they've got in the lower categories, Formula Toyota, and they have slowly built up their tolerance to longitudinal G-forces as well as is it transverse? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. There's a lot going on. And you're right, in rallying, the acceleration is more gradual. Yeah, he needs a good bloody shake, that lad. That's what he needs. Yeah. I don't mean that, by the way. I don't mean that. But actually, he does need some kind of assistance if he's going to succeed at track racing like he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's got the chops to do it, so long as his body's not letting him down.
Oh, my body nearly let me down today, but managed to get me back here in time to record this programme with you after that strenuous bike ride. Graham King, it's been fantastic talking rally with you, buddy. I'm so happy we can do this because Alex and Song, they don't care about rallying. They don't know what they're missing. Should we speak again soon?
Absolutely.
Let's talk again before the end of this season, right? Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Graham, thank you. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
That's it. Back in another fortnight with another Gareth Jones on Speed, where I think Zog and Alex might actually be around for a conversation. See ya!
If you enjoyed this show, then please like, share and subscribe. For information on how to contact the show, see pictures read song lyrics, follow us on social media, or to sponsor this podcast, go to garethjones.tv. Gareth Jones on Speed is made in Wales by Whiz Bang.
Gareth Jones on Speed!